Alright, folks. I need to vent a little bit. Remember how before I mentioned that one job interview of mine actually went pretty good? If you missed it, if you missed me mentioning it last time, that job interview went good, and I actually got the job. You know, this past little while I've been job searching, and finally I actually landed a job. It's actually been a while since I last played this game. So, it's actually been 2 weeks since I started this job, actually. Anyways, first, let me show you that this is where I grind for Farosh parts. You are definitely going to want to put on your unshockable armor. And where's my flint? Well, actually, I don't even need flint. I have this. Okay, so I'm first gonna make it night. Unless I needed to reset the area. There's a chance I may have needed to reset the area. I guess we'll find out. Did that work? It worked! Okay, great. I'm obviously also not doing post-commentary right now, just because Farosh is fast. Farosh is quick. So yeah, no need for post-commentary this time. Let me just review one more time. I need 6 horns, 4 scales, 3 claws, and 3 fangs. The fang is going to be a little bit challenging to get. You also want to make sure it lands on the ground before you, you know, pick it up. Or not pick it up, before you set the campfire and then change time again. So yeah, I need to vent a little bit, because I got a new job recently, and my sister has been acting like an absolute bitch. So, let me first establish something real quick. So, my sister's husband, my brother-in-law, I don't know why his work schedule is like this, but it is what it is. So, the way my brother-in-law's work schedule works is every week he gets random days off. I'm not kidding you. I forget if it's 1 or 2 days off. Or hell, maybe that's random too. So, for example, one week it could be Monday and Tuesday. Oh! One week it could be Monday and Tuesday he has off. The other week it could be Wednesday and Friday. So it changes every single week. My sister, she follows what her husband's schedule is, which is random each week. So whatever random day of the week my sister's husband has off, my sister will take that day off as well to be with her husband. Now, I feel like that in itself is kind of bullshit, because she can just take random days off in the week, and sometimes without even telling us, too. There was a case a couple days ago where exactly that. Actually, it was last week. Oh, I got a scale. There was a case last week where, you know, she didn't tell us that she wasn't coming into work that day, that very morning. She told us that morning that she wasn't coming into work. Yeah, I feel like it's absolute bullshit that she can just take random days off every single week, and sometimes not even tell us in advance. And to make things worse, on top of that, she still continues to take her regularly scheduled day off, which is Thursday. I feel like that's absolute bullshit. On top of her already weekly day off, her day off of the week, she just takes random days off. I feel like that's absolute nonsense. Okay, I need 2 more horns. Me, on the other hand, it would actually be like a coin flip if I would actually get my day off of the week. Because more times than not, I don't get my day off. Something comes up, something happens where I gotta go to work. And I'm talking about the family store. Alright, so what do I need to vent about? So, as I mentioned, I got a new job recently. It's week 2 now. It's been 2 weeks since I've gotten my new job. Oops. So, let me just say this. My job right now, I'm only working part-time for now. More than likely, at some point in the future, it will go to full-time. But for now, as of this moment, I'm still part-time. So, I work 3 days a week. I work Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I work from 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. That's 4 hours. 4 hours a day, 3 days a week. Only part-time right now. So, I got a job. So that means I can't be at the family store all the time. And also, something that happened is, one day, it was actually really busy at the store, at the new job, and I couldn't leave. Or at least I chose not to leave, because that would be a pretty bad look for, you know, a new employee, right? It's still busy, there's still things to be done, and then your employee's just like, well, my shift's ended, bye y'all, hope you can handle the rest of the work. You know, as much as I wanted to leave, that would be a bad look. So I stayed until the job was done. I ended up staying 3 extra hours. So that happened on one day. I stayed 3 extra hours. And then, literally, I kid you not, yesterday... Was it yesterday? No, it was the day before. Yeah, it was the day before. The day before, I wasn't even supposed to go into the new job to work because it was Friday. So I wasn't even scheduled to work that day. But I suddenly, abruptly, out of nowhere, got a text asking, can you come in today? And, well, during the job interview, I did say that my schedule is flexible. So as much as I wanted to say, no, I can't make it today. Yeah, I kind of should go, you know, because I did technically promise that, you know, I did technically promise during the job interview, yeah, my schedule is flexible. If you need me on a short notice, I can do it. I can show up. I did technically say that. Hey, it landed me the job, didn't it? Okay, so my sister takes random days off a week to follow her husband's work schedule. Sometimes, I don't know when it'll be busy to the point I will have to stay late. And also, I don't know when they could call me to ask me to come in suddenly. Do you see the problem there? And another thing too. So, to make sure that I'm not late to my 10:30 in the morning job, I wake up at 8 in the morning to really give myself enough time to make sure I'm ready. So normally it takes me about an hour to get ready. You know, wake up, brush my teeth, give my body enough time to wake up to where I have to take a dump in the morning and then I take a shower after that. That usually takes me about an hour. And then, I still have time to eat. Because if my shift is from 10:30 to 2:30, well, I'm not really going to have that much time to eat anything. So, not only do I give myself enough time to get ready, I also give myself enough time to eat. And then on top of all of that, I still need to drive over there, which is like a 20 to 30 minute drive. So I wake up at 8 in the morning to give myself ample time to get ready for my 10:30 job. So I'm up at 8 in the morning, I'm tired. When I'm done my shift at 2:30, I want to come home. I want to rest. But my family, specifically my sister, she actually expects me to not go home. She expects me to go to the family store. In some cases, she expects me to come in so that she can leave. So that she can go with her husband, because it's her husband's day off. I hope I can pick this up before the lightning strikes me. Okay, good. Get away from me! Oh, I'm so sorry. But you actually were running towards me. Okay, so I still need one more claw, and I still need a couple more scales. So yeah, that's totally bullshit. That she can leave after I did one job and then I go back to the family store. You know what my sister said that pisses me off so much? She said, ever since you got your job, you act like you don't need to work here anymore. Like, I act like I don't need to work at the family store anymore. And to that I say, bitch, I got a job and you barely act like you need to work here. So, long story short, the TLDR, I've been telling my sister, you cannot leave halfway into the day. You cannot just randomly take days off because your husband's schedule is like that. We never know when I have to stay late. We never know when they will abruptly call me in like they did before. You cannot bank on me being here so that you can leave. You have to be here. And would you believe, actually I don't need a horn right now, would you believe she actually got mad at me for telling her that? She got mad at me for telling her that she cannot leave work abruptly, that she cannot take days off randomly. What kind of bullshit is that? She actually had the nerve to get mad at me for telling her, you cannot take random days off. You cannot leave abruptly. You know what? You want to know what else is crazy? The fact that she's the one. My mom too, but she's the one who really wanted me to find a job. And hell, I'll be honest, this job of mine right now that I just got, she got it for me, because she applied for me. So, she wanted me to get a job, she got me a job, and she can't even be bothered to show up to work at the family store. You know, she's the one who barely shows up. She's the one who takes random days off in the week. And I'm the one who needs to find a job. No, that's crazy right there. So, you guys remember a while ago how I mentioned, you know, what I want? What I want is for someone to understand my point of view, understand my perspective, understand my argument, and side with me. Is that so hard to ask? Because majority in life, the opinions I have, everyone dogpiles on, everyone tells me how wrong my opinions are. And obviously, you know, I don't feel like I'm too wrong with my own opinions, since they're my opinions. But even I'm willing to acknowledge that, you know what? If my opinion is universally hated, maybe there is something wrong. But in this case, I feel like I'm not being too unreasonable. You know? My sister wanted me to get a job. My sister got me a job. And she can't even be the one to show up to the family store. You might be asking, what's the big deal if she doesn't go into the family store? Well, let me explain real quick. The family store, because it's rather slow, business is rather slow, it's only my mom, my sister, and I. My dad is there too, but he does something else, somewhere else. But my dad is nearby. Long story short, it's just my mom, my sister, and I. But now that I got a job, I won't be there that often. I might have to stay late at the other job sometimes. I might be abruptly called into work sometimes from the other job. So I won't always be there. So it would just be my mom and my sister. Look at that gold lino back there, by the way. And if my sister leaves, if my sister's not there and I'm not there, then my mom is alone. What if the store gets busy? You know? What if it's super busy and my mom's alone to deal with everything herself? Someone else has to be there. Bare minimum, 2 people has to be there to work. And if I can't be there because I have another job now that she wanted me to have, that she got me, then she herself needs to be there. Okay, let's take this. Let's use this as an example real quick. Like I mentioned, my sister, she takes random days off in the week to line up with her husband's schedule. Okay, hold on. Oh, wait. I was rambling too much. I only needed 4 scales. Whoops. Well, it's okay. Good. It's good to have extra. So we have 6 horns, at least 4 scales, 3 claws, and 3 fangs. Great. Why did I have this pinned again? Oh yeah, that's one of the shrines I needed the scales for. This one's done. Oh yeah, that means I collected an extra scale for that. Whoops. And then there's the one here. You know what? Let's get this one done. We gotta walk all the way back there just to get this one done. Anyways, my sister's husband has random days off. His schedule fluctuates. So whatever random day of the week my sister's husband takes off, my sister takes that day off to be with him. Imagine if I did that. Imagine if... Let's just ignore the fact that this is the family store, family business, where my sister has a lot of leeway to do this bullshit because, you know, it's our mom. Let's just pretend real quick that at this brand new job, I told my boss, my brand new boss, my manager, hey, by the way, just letting you know... Okay, obviously the positions are going to reverse, so instead of my sister's husband, hypothetically, it's my wife. I don't have a wife. I would like to have one, but it's just an example. So let's just say, for example, my brand new boss, hey boss, just want to let you know that my wife's work schedule, she gets random days off in the week, every week, so I'm going to take those same days off to be with her. So when the boss asks me what days will those be, I'll be like, I don't know, it's random. This week I could take Monday off, next week I could take Thursday off. It's random each week, just wanted to let you know. I wouldn't even be hired. And if I was hired, I'd be fired on the spot. What the hell? Obviously I can't do that. But because it's the family store and it's just our mom, she does that bullshit. And in the past, even if it was just bullshit, it would slide because I would be there. I could be there to fill in. Even if it is abruptly and she didn't tell us she was, you know, not coming in that day, that very morning. I was there. But I can't always be there now. You understand? We don't know when I will stay late. We don't know when I will be called in. It could happen at any time, or it could never happen again. Regardless, she needs to be there. And she got mad at me for telling her. Ain't that crazy? But yeah, it's like... My point still stands. My point stands on me saying... I want someone in life who understands my perspective, who understands my argument and actually, you know, takes my side, instead of always just telling me, you're wrong, your opinion doesn't matter, loser. Is it so hard to ask for someone in this world to side with me, to take my side and understand my argument? I did vent like this to my friends. I told my friends the situation, but even they required more context. They needed more information. Now, I can't blame them for that, but it's like, you know, nobody ever just immediately takes my side. Nobody ever immediately understands exactly where I'm coming from. And just is like, you know what? Yeah, she can't do that. She can't just take random days off just because her husband takes random days off. Or, not takes, but gets random days off. You know, it's a business, and she's a worker. Even if it is your own store, it's still a business, and she works there. She can't just take random days off. There's never immediate agreement on my end. So yeah, my point still stands. I wish I had someone in my life who, you know, just understands my argument, who takes my side. And do you guys... I know I explained it really poorly, but do you guys understand the dilemma? The issue with how she behaves? She wanted me to get a job. She got me a job. And because I now have a new schedule, she can't even be bothered to stay at the family store because I can't always be there now. I can't always be there now, technically because of her, because she wanted me to get a job, and she got me this job. Technically, in a way, it is because of her that I'm not there anymore all the time, and she can't even be bothered to show up half the time. Like I said, when my shift ends at 2:30, I've been up since 8 in the morning. I'm tired. I want to go home and take some rest. And she said to me, "You act like you got this job. You don't need to work at the family store anymore." How hypocritical is that? Saying I act like I don't need to work there anymore when she herself shows up half the time she's supposed to. Oh, you know what? I have unshockable armor now. Take this, biatches. But yeah. She takes random days off, and I'm the one who needs to find a job. So, you know, what's interesting is the day that the day when I was at work and I stayed late, I texted her, "Sister, you cannot leave early. You cannot leave early because I'm still here." Yeah, I texted her, "You cannot leave early because I am still here. We never know when it'll be busy like this again to where I need to stay late. You cannot bank on me coming to the family store after my job is done here to sit there so that you can leave. You cannot leave early. You need to be there in case this happens again." Her reply back to me was actually, "I'm still here. I'm not leaving today. What the fuck are you talking about?" And then I replied, "Did you not leave early yesterday?" Her reply to that was literally, "Whatever days he takes off, I will take off." It's like, what on earth is wrong with that girl? I really hope you guys understand. Like I said, I really hope you guys can understand where I'm coming from. And I really hope you guys can understand the problem here. Now, I swear, there's all types of people out there in the world. I'm sure some people are bound to take her argument. And you know what? Let me play devil's advocate. Yes, if I was in his position, I had a day off. Yes, I would like to spend that time with my spouse. I would like that as well. Whatever day I have off, I would like to spend that with my wife. Yes, I agree. But that's not the world we live in. We just don't live in that world where everything lines up like that. We don't live remotely close to a world where, you know, your spouse can just take the same days off that you do just because your schedule changes every week. You know what, I should probably use some of these, considering we're gonna have to farm for Lionel parts eventually. Alright, since you took some hits, I guess I'll fight you first. Or not, you're just gonna jump out of the way and heal up. I should really be wearing my barbarian armor. Yeah, I agree. If I had random days off of the week, whatever day I get off, I would like to spend that time with my spouse as well, with my wife. Yes, I agree. But that just isn't the way the world functions. Alright, let's say that nothing changes and the way that it operates now stays the way. Everything lines up poorly. Let's say that. One day, it's busy at the new job, so I need to stay late. It also just happens to be the same day that my sister's husband has a day off, so she took that day off. Well, I'm staying late at the new job because we're not done yet, and I really should not leave before I'm done all my work. My sister's gone from the store because her husband happens to have that day off. And it's busy at the family store and my mom's alone. You know, one of my friends even suggested, man, just leave her be. She'll learn eventually, right? Once things happen, she'll learn. And I'm just like, so you basically want her to F-A-F-O? You know, you want her to fuck around and find out? And they're just like, yeah. What would you do instead? I'm just like, prevent it? It's kind of like, do you really want your children to F-A-F-O? Or do you want to prevent them from being injured or whatever? Right? That's why you guide them. But here we're talking about a grown-ass woman. My sister's ego is limitless, let me tell you. She gets mad at me for making these arguments. She thinks she's doing nothing wrong. You know what's crazy, though? My sister's health is a totally different topic, but, you know, she's been trying to get pregnant. And I'm just thinking, if her ass gets pregnant, she's gonna have to take maternity leave. She especially won't be able to show up at the store as often. And I got a new job now. What am I doing? I need to pick that up. You know what? This as much of a waste as it is, this thing's almost used up. And, call me crazy, wouldn't it just make sense? Doesn't this just make sense? If I found a job. Now that I have found a job, wouldn't it make sense that my sister be at the family store more? Because I'm there less? Doesn't that just make sense? Isn't it just very simple? Like that? Shouldn't it just be as simple as that? If I didn't have this job, and I was still going to the family store to work as common and as often as I normally do, which is 6 days a week, because that, well, 6 to 7, which, like I said, me getting my day off is like a coin flip. Wouldn't it make sense if I was there majority of the time, then my sister could take more time off? I said could, doesn't mean she should. Doesn't that just simply make sense? Doesn't it not make sense if, now that I have a job and I'm not at the family store as much anymore, she be there more? She be there regularly because I'm not there? Doesn't that just simply make sense? Alright, what weapon do I want to use? Yeah, let's use this up. We're gonna get plenty more eventually. Can I... Anyways, there's my rant. There's me venting. I hope you guys understand. You know, I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. For a second, I thought that was a Lionel. Like, that's a bizarre looking Lionel. But no, you are not a Lionel. I thought you were blue. My bad. We don't exactly need a blood moon to happen anymore. So yeah, I hope you guys understand where the problem is, you know? Why it's a pretty big problem that now that I have a new job, I won't be at the store anymore and she's not there. Okay, I guess I should just skip over the entire obstacle course to get into here and I should just go right in. That works too. Wasn't there a Korok here? And I also realized I missed a Korok over at Gut Check Rock. So I gotta go and get that too. Come on, Link. Look presentable. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a memory here. We're not gonna get the memories just yet. You have done well to find the spring. Offer Dinrael's scale. Oh, that's right. I need to offer the scale first before I can pray and offer up my my spirit orbs. A Dinrael scale. Here you go, madam. So, how is my new job, you might be wondering? It's hard. It's hard and easy at the same time. Can you believe? It is polarizing opposite ends, both at the exact same time. What do I mean by that? Well, let me first say how it's easy. It's easy because for my 4-hour shift, majority of the time, I just sit there with not a whole lot to do. Not a whole lot of clients or customers come in and actually shop. It's a very small store. In fact, the store is pretty much the exact same size as my bedroom. And I kid you not. It's a very, very small place. And majority of the time, when I'm working, when I'm on shift, or when I'm on duty, it's just me. Literally just me, majority of the time. There's probably one day of the week where the actual boss, the doctor, is with me. But for majority, it's just me. Me, myself, and I, alone in the store for 4 hours. And not really that many people come in. So it's very chill. It's very simple. It's just me, myself, and I, and not a whole lot to do. So it's very easy. It's very relaxing. It's very chill. The hard part is everything else. Because, no surprise, it's a brand new job. There's a lot of things to learn. And when there is things to do, it's a lot to do. So, of course I need to be trained for a new job, like everyone does. And at first, training for a brand new job is overwhelming. It's daunting just because there's so much to learn. and it's all a bunch of new stuff. Man, in my case, I have an entire computer system to learn. Could they even try to make it more complicated? It is so complex. It is so complicated. It is a lot to learn, a lot to understand. The learning curve is very difficult. Well, I got 2 of these. I wish they'd tell you which one has been used up. Wow, there goes a hit on my spear. Actually, let's use this up. We've had this for a while. So yeah, there's a lot of things for me to learn. A lot, and I mean a lot of steps. But I am slowly getting the hang of it. There's still a crap ton that I'm unfamiliar with, and I still need to ask for help. Like, how do I do this again? Yeah, there's still a ton. I'd say out of everything I've been taught so far, I know like 40%. Like, I'm familiar, at least somewhat familiar with 40% so far. Which, you know, we're getting there. You know, it's progress, we're getting there. Oh, I'm glad that the doctor, the boss, even he understands, like, yeah, this is pretty overwhelming. All the new stuff that I'm being taught to know, it is pretty overwhelming. So at least he understands, like, I'll give you a couple weeks to really get a grasp of it. At least he understands, you know, like, yes, I know that this computer system is pretty complicated. A lot of moving parts. So I'm going to give you optimal time to get a hang of it. I am starting to get the hang of it. But like I said, it's still a lot more that I need to you know, to know. A flame spear? Do I want that? I'll be honest, I think I'd rather have durability up. Okay. You know, waking up at 8 in the morning, I don't have to, but I choose to. Waking up for such an early job, you know, it's not the best thing in the world. I actually started to have to buy coffee in the morning before my shift. Especially on days where I know I have more to do afterwards, like go back to the family store. Just like today. That was exactly the case today. So on days where I know I still have more to do after my 4-hour shift, I buy a coffee in the morning. This is the first time in my entire life I have chose to buy coffee in the morning. You know, for a job. I've never done that before. I don't like coffee. I don't drink coffee because I don't like coffee. But, you know, coffee has its benefits. Is there a bloopy there? No? What about the second one? Maybe the second bloopy's there. I guess not. Probably because of the rain. And, you know, aside from the computer system and their very way of business, there's still a lot of other things I need to memorize, kind of like Kind of like their price list, kind of like the products they sell. I also need to know how to package the, the jobs to be sent out. I need to know how to order said jobs and get them ready, yada yada yada. There is a crap ton for me to learn. And these guys, let me tell you, they are thorough. They document everything. They might be a little too thorough for their own good. Like every last detail. And when I tell you that, I mean every last detail. These guys might be a little too thorough for their own good. But you know what? It's their business. It's not my place to, to argue or change anything. So just tell me how to do how you guys do business, and I'll do it. I'll learn how to do it, and I'll do it. But yeah, like, for example, at my store, at the family store, say, I'll just throw a random number out there. The thing that the customer wants to purchase is $520, and you know what? We just sell it to them for $500 flat. In our paper, in our records, we'll just put down $500. But no, these guys, they'll actually document the price. The original price should be $520, and then a $20 discount. Like, they will document everything, even if it's like the other day. I didn't make the sale. I followed up on a coworker's because she had to leave early. That's why they called me in abruptly, because she had to leave early. My coworker was leaving, and she was about to do a sale, and she did. All in all, it came to $409, so I just gave it to her for $400. And they even documented that. The doctor was like, okay, so you gave her a $9 discount. It's like, do you really need to document that $9? See, aside from the dragon parts, there's still going to be other stuff I need to grind for. So for now, we'll just upgrade whatever we can. And their computer system has multiple ways for you to indicate whatever discount you gave. They have preset options for, like, you gave them a 10% discount, a 20% discount, or you gave them a custom number discount. Type it in. That computer system is so complicated. Whoever designed it, I'm surprised even they understood what was going on half the time. But you know what? I get it. I understand. It is technically a doctor's clinic I'm working at. So for them to have a very, and I mean very thorough, albeit super complex system, yeah, I get it. I mean, have you ever been at a hospital, looked over the shoulder of someone working in front of a computer and seen just a whole bunch of gibberish on screen? But somehow the staff there understand what it means and how to navigate it? Yeah, I feel for them now, because now I have an idea of just how hard it was to learn that system and understand it by heart. Okay, you know what? Because my plan today was really just... Because I'm tired, I'm just going to record this one today, and I'm just going to go to bed. By the way, my uncle and cousin are back, and they're in the living room right now watching 28 Years Later. I would join them, but I'm recording this instead. So my plan today was just get the remaining dragon parts, upgrade armor, and also do the shrines that needed the dragon parts. That was my whole plan. I still have time. I was going to go grind for Lynels, the 3 Lynels here. Oh, by the way, let me go get that Korok real quick. I was just going to grind for Lynels to finish this off. Oh man, there was a blue nightshade back there. Yeah, I was just going to grind for Lynels since we need Lino parts. We're gonna need to grind for those anyways. And you saw how easy those 3 are back to back. How quickly you can take them down. Oops. But I think instead of going for those Linos right now, first I will grab this Korok. Is this it? Which one was it? Oh no, it's that one. And I think, to finish off for today, I'm gonna grind for some more arrows. Because I have noticed that our arrows are about at 300. No, I need more. So there you go, folks. That's what's been happening in my life recently. I haven't been able to play this game that much. My uncle and cousin are here visiting. I got a new job. My life, the schedule of my life has completely shifted. Ugh. Oh right, I don't have the Thunder Helm. Not yet, at least. You know what? I think it would just make sense to put this stuff away. Ugh. Ah, there's the island. I was about to be like, where's the island? So yeah. My life is kind of upside down right now. I mean, hey, step 1, get a job. That's been checked off. Who knows? Maybe the next thing to be checked off would be get a girlfriend. you know, you know, my friend actually did send me something on Discord. I thought it'd be kind of fun to read it out loud, just as like my initial reaction. He sent me a Reddit post, which is a pretty long Reddit post. I actually wanted to read it out loud here as a first reaction, but I thought it would be kind of difficult to play the game and read something on my phone at the same time. But you know what? I think now's a good opportunity, since this isn't the most engaging of gameplays. Okay, so let's see. I have it pulled up here. This is, oh god, that's a lot to read. Maybe I should save this for next time. That's a whole lot to read. It's basically, okay. So the title is Struggling with Tinder? Has it got you down? This is a noob's path to confidence. Mindset, pictures, and bios. Or a low-level leveling guide. Okay, let's read this. Hey all, I've seen a lot of posts here about Tinder. People feeling stuck, discouraged, even kind of crushed by it, becoming a source of pain and sadness rather than a fun experience. That won't do. No, not on my watch. So, I wanted to share a different approach. One perhaps we don't consider at first glance. A more foundational one. One that also breeds better mental health. Okay, good so far. My reading's good so far too. We all know my reading sucks. It's not about fixing yourself, or hacking the algorithm, or hell, even getting girls, or guys. Love is for everyone, guys. Put that in brackets. But about growing some surprisingly powerful habits that can feel weird at first. But also kind of beautiful, empowering, and fun. This is going to be long and fun. And nice. Let's go. Okay. Pics. It's not you, it's a skill. Alright. It's an undeniable truth. Pictures play a large role on Tinder. Sad maybe, but true. So let's talk about that. If you're anything like me, you have tried, you have tried, comma, taken some pics, comma, put them on Tinder, comma, but kind of think something like this. Oh, what a shitty pic. All my pics suck. My profile sucks. I suck. I guess I'm just not attractive. Alright, before I continue reading, yeah, I admit, I have and do think that. But let's keep reading. Let's pause here. Let's think for a second Let's pause here. Let's think for a second about what goes into one of those really good pics. Pictures people put on Instagram, pictures you might see on their person's profile, what taking a good picture actually can entail. Because it's not just, they're hot. No, people go crazy. Like, they get dressed up really nice for the pic, find great lighting pose in flattering angles, find good locations, just for background or for some status thing. Get someone else to take the pic, some literally exercise on the spot to get good pump. The punctuation's all over the place. Maybe they got a new haircut and had it fixed really nice by the barber. Makeup? Definitely filters. Probably editing. Yep, I would think so. Yeah, the grammar here is pretty bad. On top of my bad reading, oof, what a recipe for disaster. Is some of this incredibly shallow? Yes. Is doing all of this just for likes kinda unhealthy? Yep. But it happens. And yeah, it can be nice and fun if it doesn't go crazy. And on top of that, they've been doing this for years. Taking hundreds or thousands of pics. They're trained. For some, it's literally their job to do this. Others are normal people who take a lot of pics and go into it. Perhaps not doing all those points, but definitely some. So far, what I'm getting is just taking better pictures. So, if you're like me, you just flip the camera, So if you're like me and you just flip your camera, snap something with shit potato lighting, no context, maybe I fixed my hair just a bit. Of course it's not gonna look like that. It's not that you're ugly, it's just that you're playing a completely different game. Aw, you know what it says here? It's not about looks, it's simply a skill issue. And we're gonna get good. How to start snapping pics. I kid you not, this Reddit post really says this. Oh my god, I'm not even halfway done reading. You know what? Let's just stop there. That whole thing about pictures, I'll admit, yeah, that does make sense. Kinda lined up everything to a T. I've taken pictures, some ugly ass pictures of myself, just randomly to throw onto Tinder. Shit, I can't lie. Even if I saw my profile, I wouldn't go for me. But, you know, I'm just not really the type of person to take pictures of myself. So it's hard for me to take a picture of myself, like, willingly do so, and even more, take a good-looking picture of myself. In the Reddit post, it did say, get someone else to take a picture of you, for you. But even then, you know, yeah, that would work, but I just feel like someone else takes a picture of me, I look at it, it's like, I don't think I look that good. But you know what? The case should be, who cares what I think about when it comes to what I look like? As long as I put it on and someone thinks I look good, then that's what matters, right? But, yeah, this person laid it out to a T. Damn near perfectly. My Tinder profile pictures, yeah, I just took random selfies and just called it a day. None of them looked good. None of them had any quality. It really is just a skill issue. And you know, I could put effort into it. I could definitely take better pictures if I really wanted to. How do we get to this topic? The discussion for this video has been all over the place. Speaking of, I am recording, right? Yes, I am. Just wanted to make sure. Always paranoid. I don't know, folks. Can I get Link out of this ridiculous outfit? By the way, look at just how much defense we get in this. And you know what? Let's make Link look like him with the Master Sword. Nice. So yeah, this morning I did get up at 8 a.m. I went to go buy my coffee, which I normally never do. And once I sat there for 4 hours, I went to the family store. And then we went out for dinner, and, well, I got home. I actually waited for my sister to leave so that she won't overhear me talking about her. And pretty much shitting on her. Yeah, I've been awake since 8 in the morning. At least tomorrow I don't need to wake up that early. By the way, you see those in the distance? It's a bit of a shame we can't visit those. You know, I hear people online saying the fact that, you know, Hyrule... First of all, Hyrule doesn't make sense to begin with, geographically. The map for Hyrule changes from game to game, so at that point, what's it matter? Hyrule has some very active tectonic plates. I heard people online say it doesn't make sense for Hyrule in this game to be surrounded by water. Like, you know, Hyrule having an ocean bordering it. Well, except for, you know, this side. So, stuff like, oh, it has to be New Hyrule established in Spirit Tracks. Or, you know, confirmed flood at some point. It doesn't line up with the other Hyrule maps, considering those maps didn't have water, didn't have oceans around it. Well, I feel like if you zoomed out the map enough, there would be water, right? I'm sure this planet that Hyrule exists on has oceans, and I'm sure Hyrule is surrounded by oceans, regardless of whichever game. Regardless of if that game's map of Hyrule shows it. Like, I'm sure in other games, the ocean is just out of bounds. I'm sure it exists. Like, if you just zoom out far enough, then I'm sure there's oceans. Kind of like, take for example, Ocarina of Time's map. That Hyrule isn't surrounded by water. Well, I'm sure that's just a small portion of the map. If you had the ability to zoom out far enough, I'm sure Ocarina of Time's Hyrule map is also surrounded by water. And what about... Oh, which game was it? It was one of the Four Swords games. I can't remember if it was Four Swords or Four Swords Adventures. Or hell, maybe it was both. Wasn't the map for Hyrule in that game also an island-like? Wasn't Hyrule in those games also kind of like surrounded by water? Anyways, I'm gonna call it here. That's enough arrow farming as well. I'm just gonna grab these fish, and then I'm just gonna... yeah. Warp back to a safe spot. I don't know what I'm gonna do next time. Yeah, I don't know what the plan is next time. We'll have to see what comes up for me to do. Of course, we still have more shrines to do. That's kind of the main goal right now. Just finish the rest of the shrines. I mean, I still haven't done the one in Forgotten Temple yet. So there's still that one for me to do. Whoops, meant to do that. Let's just grab our usual stuff that respawns at Kakariko before we go. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. You know, we're still missing my favorite piece of armor to complete this set. I shouldn't say my favorite piece of armor. My favorite set of armor for Link to wear in this game. Because we have body, we have legs, but we don't have head. Paws. We don't have anything for Link to wear on his head yet. And once we get that, I'm going to be wearing all three, like I always do when I play this game. Alright, well, that's going to be it for today, folks. I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.